Oh man, I almost didn't want to talk about this. Not that I didn't like it, because the rating's in the description, so you don't have to watch the video. But 7 out of 10. Yeah. So okay. So then now you really don't. So whatever. Anyways, but I'm just continuing where I was. But I just was so disappointed because I started out really liking it. Like from the very beginning, like within the first few minutes, I was starting to think, "Oh my god, 10?" And then as it progressed, I was like, "Okay, 9, it's not perfect. It's near perfect though." And then that was, I'd say, first 3/4 or 2/3 or half. No, I don't think it'd be half. Like 2/3 or 3/4, whatever. But like a portion at the end, I don't remember exactly, because for the most of the time I was just kind of watching, assuming I was gonna like it. So I liked it all the way until they do something, which is expected. Then it's done, and the result of that. Oh, there we go. That's my reminder to do this. And the result of that is fine, but then I don't know why. I feel like this could have been cut out, and it would have worked better. And I feel like there's a better ending. Um, but yeah, so there's an aspect. I'm trying not to spoil, obviously. At the end, I'll say something with a relationship that I didn't like very much, and then the ending was very stupid. And so I was thinking 10, and then I was thinking 9, it's not perfect. And then I was thinking 8, because I was going to be okay with the way that they took that, because I still thought that it was like, it was still a good movie in terms of technical stuff. And I liked everything before it, which was a good majority of it. So I was thinking 8, but then the end just ruined it for me. It spoiled the entire thing, and it went down to a 7. But, yeah, so I'm gonna get into a little bit of spoilers now. I mean, like, not a little bit. I just mean that not. I'm gonna get into a spoiler on the ending. So I mean, you already know the rating, and you already know my thoughts. But I'll just really quickly recap that I thought that basically everything about it was perfect. The only flaws that I can really find are the writing, because of me not liking a couple aspects of it. But aside from that, I mean, it looks great. It's great performances. The score is great. The way, I mean, I already said the way it looks, the way, I mean, the way it's shot, the way the color, the sets, the costumes, just everything about it. The only thing is that the way that the story went towards the end and the way that it ended was not for me. So also the reason I didn't like the end, maybe, is that my dad predicted it halfway through. He's like, "I bet whatever," and I was like, "Oh man, I hope it's not that, because it's gonna be so stupid. It's gonna ruin the movie for me." And that was like probably halfway through, and then was what he said. And I was like, "Are you serious right now?" And like, I maybe don't fully understand it, because he said something and I think that it was something. I mean, he didn't really tell me which one he thought it was. He just said that they were both something. I don't know. It's hard to get into a conversation with him, because he like thinks what he thinks, and that like is it. So I don't really know where he stands. I just know that he understands that there's two ways of looking at it. So now I'm going to start getting into spoilers. And I'm not going to have it try to go too long. This is just something that I don't know. It's because I want to get into what I think would have been a better ending. So they break him out and take him to Sally Hawkins' house. And like, okay, great. So then they're going to let him go. And he's probably going to be trying to search for it. And then that's what it is. But they have him at the house for so long, because they have to wait for it to rain enough to fill up the thing, because apparently there wasn't enough water in there already. and they already have a relationship as friends, which I liked enough. I mean, like, you know, it's just a friendship, whatever. I mean, I'm not saying I don't know. I don't know. So they have a friendship, but then they're together for so long, and we learned earlier that she likes to masturbate. They somehow have sex, and they somehow become in that kind of a relationship, and that was a little weird for me. I was gonna be okay with it though, because you know they're trying to really hammer down the point that they like each other and that it's gonna suck when he gets taken away or killed or something, or when she gets in trouble, or I mean, she'd get in trouble, whatever, both. Um, so you know, I was gonna be okay with that, and then that's basically all that it was, and then it started to end, and I was like, okay, great, and then they get to about to let him out, and he didn't shoot Richard Jenkins, I believe. And I was like, okay, whatever. He just punched him. And I was like, oh, he's going to have this monologue and then something's going to happen. But then no, immediately shoots the monster and then shoots Sally Hawkins. And I was like, oh my God, they're going to die. And I was like, this is great. But then I was like, wait, why didn't he shoot the guy? And so then the guy wakes up, hits him. And I was like, okay, he's going to be like, oh, please help. And it's like, no. And then they don't survive, and you know and then he's telling the story because he's starting the narration, but no, he is talking to them, and then all of a sudden the monster, I guess, didn't die, which my dad pointed out that maybe, you know, 2 bullets to the heart wouldn't do as much to him, but like he seemed dead. They both were like just laying there, like I thought they were dead. He somehow isn't. He gets up, and then he goes like this because, you know, he touches and heals, and so he just goes like that, and that was kind of cool or whatever. But then he goes over to Michael Shannon, and he kills Michael Shannon, doesn't do anything for that. But then, instead of just healing Sally Hawkins and then jumping into the water, like, every time I think there's a better ending, like, I'm like, okay, I can make do with this. Instead of just healing Sally Hawkins, which I don't know if I said all the options of what could happen, but with this one, instead of just healing Sally Hawkins, he jumps into the water with her, and she's mute, and she like got strangled as a kid, and she's got marks on her neck to show it. And for the longest time during the movie, I thought it was only 2, but then we see that it's 3. But then my dad said that he could have either been making it do that, or what I think is that she was a fish person. He goes like this on her, and then she has gills. And, like, that's just the stupidest fucking thing I've ever heard of. I mean, it's one of the worst endings. You know, there's endings that I don't like, but, like, I understand or whatever. And then there's endings that I think are stupid, but I guess I'm okay with. And then there's endings like this where it ruins the movie for me. Like, I still thought it was well enough made that I'm gonna get it fresh. But, like, Arrival is another ending that, you know, I didn't hate it or anything, but I just didn't love the movie. Like, I thought the movie was fine, and then it had a bad ending, and I was like, well, then what was... I don't know. I still think that movie's okay, though. I just don't like the ending as much as everyone else, but... Yeah, so that, and I'm just like, really? And then they're just floating in the water, and then that's the end. And I'm just like, seriously? Here's what I would have done. I would have made the movie shorter, which is more appealing. Not that it was that bad lengthwise. It just, you know, some of it I didn't really like, so I would have preferred to have it shorter. I would have cut out that relationship. I would have just had them be there and, like, you know, whatever. Or ideally, you know, just break them out, take them straight to it. I mean, there was enough build up to it. But, you know, whatever, take him to the house, have it just be a normal relationship. Then finally get to the dock, and he shoots them, and they die. And the guy doesn't die for some reason, and then that's why he was narrating, or he dies too, and he was narrating from death or whatever. But would have been really cool to see them die, and it would have been really cool to see Michael Shannon win. We don't see that a lot. My dad pointed out that he likes seeing villains win. That would have been pretty cool, especially with Michael Shannon. He's a great villain, and in this, he's great. And I just think it would have been way more bold. I think this is stupid, and it's the kind of stupid crap that I'd expect to see in like a like a stupid teenager show on like the CW or something, or like a vampire show, or like a like just some stupid crap. Like another ending that I fucking hate with, like, I thought the movie was fine, like the first act, and then the second act was fine, and then the third act was honestly okay, but then the end, like, Warm Bodies. I'm not gonna let this go over 11 minutes. He becomes not a zombie by love. That's just the one. That might be the worst ending to any movie ever. Yeah, so anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Press that like button if you like the video. Press that subscribe button if you like me. Comment below. Have you seen this? If you have, what you think about it? I still think Get Out is my favorite Best Picture. I don't know what's gonna win though. But yeah, also, sorry about the spoiler at the end, but I guess that some people do that, so that might have been pretty interesting. But yeah, it's just barely over 11 minutes. I knew that was gonna happen when I said that. I don't know what else to say, so I'm just going to end it right here. Once again, thanks for watching. I think that's all I needed to say once, wise, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.